Hey guys, it's Steve. So welcome back to another Grill Dome recipe video. So for today's cook, we're going to take some pork tenderloins and we're going to stuff them with a mixture of goat cheese, sun-dried tomatoes, and pesto. Wrap them all up, and then I'm going to show you how to do an indirect to direct cook on the Grill Dome. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let me go ahead and walk you through our setup for today's cook. So we've got our fire going and our Grill Dome here. What we're gonna do is just go ahead and install our main cooking rack. And then for this cook, we're gonna utilize an indirect direct setup. So we're gonna do that by using the Grill Dome half moon rack. And then underneath this half moon rack, you're gonna set the half moon ceramic stone just directly on the main cooking grate there. And the idea here is that over here we've got an indirect side, and then over here on the right we've got a direct side. So we're gonna begin our tenderloins by cooking them indirect over this side and get that internal temp up to around 110, 120 degrees or so, probably 120 degrees. And then we'll throw them over here on the direct side to give them a little bit of char. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut the lid on the dome and let it get up to about 375, 400. Okay guys, so this recipe is incredibly easy and straightforward. We just have 4 ingredients. So we've got our pork tenderloins, and then we've got some pesto. This is just a basil pesto. And then we've got some goat cheese and some sun-dried tomatoes that I have chopped up. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get our tenderloins prepped. All I'm gonna do is just take a nice sharp knife and cut down through the middle. Just like this. We're gonna essentially just butterfly our tenderloins, and you don't want to make sure you don't cut through it, so be careful. And these tenderloins are a little on the smaller side. If you had a thicker tenderloin, you could actually kind of start on the outside and kind of walk around in a circle pattern, but you're just kind of shooting for the same thickness through these. And then we are going to go ahead, kind of spread these out, and then we're going to take a mallet and pound these out so they're nice and thin. Okay, so all we're doing here is I've got a little piece of saran wrap on top of the pork. It keeps the juices from flying all over the place, and I use the flat side of a mallet, and all you got to do is just kind of work your way around and just kind of pound this thing out, and you'll see how this just starts getting nice and thinned out. And so we're going to go ahead and do that with both of these, and we'll be back. Okay, so we have our 2 tenderloins nice and thinned out now. And so all we're going to do now is we're just going to take some of our pesto, get that nice and spread out. Now we're going to take some of our sun-dried tomatoes, and then we're going to take some of our goat cheese. Okay, so this is the part where it's going to get a little messy, but don't worry about it. It's all going to turn out great when we're all done. But you just kind of start rolling this, and see, I'm just kind of using my fingers to kind of just try to stuff it in as I roll it. And we're just kind of doing a little pinwheel effect here. And we just pull it all the way over like that. Okay, we've got that nice and closed up. And then what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take some butcher twine and go ahead and get this tied up. All right, and you can see how nicely this came out. I ended up using 6 pieces of string here. Definitely want that nice and sealed, nice and tightly. And when with this recipe, I really want the flavor profiles of the stuffing to really come out in this. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of crushed black pepper and just some garlic salt here. Don't want to go too crazy with putting a rub on this, but that's going to overpower the flavor of the stuffing. So we're all set here. This is looking gorgeous, and we'll pick back up outside at the Grill Dome. All right guys, so we have our Grill Dome preheated to 400 degrees, and I've got wireless temperature probes in each one of these tenderloins. We're gonna put those over on the indirect side, directly above our half moon rack, just like that. And then once these get up to about an internal temp of around 120 degrees. We're gonna throw them over here on the direct heat side for some quick char. So we'll pick back up then. All right guys, these have hit an internal temp of 120. So we're gonna just take our food probes out here, and then we're gonna go ahead and throw these over to the direct side. Hear that nice sizzle. And I'm gonna get the lid shut, and I'm gonna cook these for just probably 2 to 3 minutes per side for some nice char, and then we'll be done. All right guys, I just probed these with my Thermopin, and they are both at an internal temp of 140. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull these and let these rest up another 5 degrees, right around 145 degrees. Look at that, look how gorgeous that looks. And we will pick back up in the kitchen. All right guys, here we go. I've let these rest about 5 minutes. I cut the butcher's twine off, and we're just gonna go ahead and slice straight through this thing. And it's gonna open up kind of like this, so don't worry about that. But gosh, I wish you could smell the flavors that were coming out of this. Let me go ahead and just pick this up and show that to you. Check that out. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Go ahead and give this a try. Want to make sure you get some of the stuffing in one of these bites, obviously. Check that out right there. Gosh. Wow, that is absolutely bursting with flavor. The way the cheese and the pesto and the sun-dried tomatoes go together with that pork, that is so, so good. So definitely try out this recipe. Super straightforward, and let us know what you think in the comments about this. And if you like this video, give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and check out our website, grilldome.com. And we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you again soon.